hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. Tonight, the Lombardi Trophy's in the building, and we've got a fight to see who's gonna raise it. Between the Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks so much for joining us one final time this season, football fans. Kate Scott and Brock Hewer up here in the booth with you. And this game, a rematch of one of those games from earlier in the campaign. That earlier meeting was a close one, Brock, decided by just one score. What sort of impact might that game have on this one here tonight?
Yeah, I think it's meaningful in the sense that they battled it out. They know each other. They know the matchups, and they know how close that first matchup was. But I also firmly believe that this stage, this moment, produces results that we cannot predict. The pressure, the expectations, the weight that they're carrying, the team that plays the freest, the team that plays the best, is the team that's going to lift that Lombardi tonight.
A tradition started back in 1967 has now reached its diamond anniversary. And off we go in Super Bowl 60. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Well, here he is, Kate, in the role that I and so many other quarterbacks dreamed of being in during our careers, leading the AFC champions out on a Super Bowl Sunday. The journey? Well, it's only become more difficult every step along the way, from the regular season through each rung of the playoffs. And it's prepared him for the moment he's walking in right now.
Drive play straight ahead. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
While that run may not have moved the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
First down carry, got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with Sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
Following the false start penalty, here's 3rd down and longer. To the air on 3rd and long. Ball is out. Mahomes fumbled it. And that should be Seahawks football. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments to fire.
So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And bringing them out, one of the NFL's best stories as of late, a former 3rd overall pick, Brock, who has revitalized his NFL career, Sam Darnold.
Kate, this is one of those moments that I so wish we had those thought bubbles, that we could see and hear every thought going through his mind as he runs on the field on this Super Bowl Sunday. I'm sure there's some anxiety. I'm sure there's a little bit of nervousness. But I know when that ball gets snapped in his hands, this guy is ready for this moment because he's proved it all season long.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. They go to him again. And this time he gets in for the Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Well, Brock, they could prove the rest of this game, but starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted right now.
Myers gets the point after the go. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Chiefs, nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Nico Rumihio. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. Now for the second time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. And Brock, they are not in the spot they want to be, but still plenty of game left. You don't want to let the setting cause an early overreaction and panic.
Yeah, you just can't overtry. And every bit of you wants to, every fiber of your being in this building right now, you want to perform, but you just can't overdo it. Get back in the rhythm and play your game.
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Play action, Mahomes. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st down throw, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
I got a sense, Kate. He went to bed last night dreaming, can I get a sack? Can I find a way to get to the quarterback? Well, he didn't do it just once. He's now done it twice.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. From the gun, it's Mahomes. They want him again, and he goes down again. And these guys need to find a way to hold up better for their QB. This offense now facing 3rd down.
Hey, look, beyond having to pick yourself off the ground over and over again, all of these sacks in this first quarter have led to so much disruption. Kate, what do offense look for, especially early? Get myself into rhythm. Get myself into a tempo. What do defenses want to do? Wreck all of that, and that's exactly what this defense is doing.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They've jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
Following the false start penalty, here's 3rd down and longer. 3rd and long for him here. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
4th down, punt upcoming. Here's Matthew Hayball to put his leg into it. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. Slow snap, but he's able to get this one away. Punt meets him at the 28. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going.
Automatic 1st down.
This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this 1st down. To the air, Mahomes. Jump off caught by his back. And he works it forward to the 43-yard line. It was Noah Williams who made the play defensively.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that second down run.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field to keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Seahawks taking the field for their second possession. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Play fake, Darnold. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And it sets up second down.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. They gain 11 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
They'll run here on first down. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
First down, Seahawks.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on first. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Now Darnold on to play action. That's caught. Here's that Charbonnet. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
And I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Escapes the defender. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
1st and goal, Seattle.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll try and punch it in. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game.
Okay, 2 offensive possessions, 2 offensive touchdowns, but even sweeter than that is 2 rushing touchdowns. You are setting a tone and a mindset, and this defense, well, they better regroup.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
14. Chiefs, nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff.
To kick off for Seattle.
Remigio with the return. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And it was a situation they prepared for, no doubt, Brock, but hoped that they wouldn't see. They're down early in the biggest game of the year.
Hey, listen, nobody said winning championships was easy. This is an early test of whether they've got the resiliency to win it all. And we know this. When that final second ticks off, most Super Bowl champions, they've been the most resilient players, too.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23. Putting a receiver in motion. On 2nd and 10 now, Mahomes. Seahawks swarming him, and down he goes. It's the 5th time they've gotten there for a sack of this one, Brock. And they're going to try for number 6 on 3rd down.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Ball's out, Mahomes fumbled it. But it looked like the Chiefs got this one back. Ooh, lucky break there, making that recovery. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Oh, slow snap there. And it's blocked. And they're going to get to this in the end zone for a touchdown. That snap gave them an extra second to block it, and they win the race to the football. Oh, man, that was awesome, Brock. First the race toward the punter to get the block, and then another race to get on top of the block kick for 6.
And when you block that punt kick, you do have a numbers advantage and a ferocity advantage because you know you've got an opportunity to put points on the board as well. That group wasn't just satisfied to get home and block the punt. They want to put points on the scoreboard.
Point after up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks push their lead to 21-zip already.
Chiefs, nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. So that brings up 2nd down.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
A 2nd down throw for Mahomes. Oh no, he lost control of another one. And the Seahawks have it. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Seahawks were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game.
Hey, any big moment is going to check your resolve in a Super Bowl, and this is no exception right here, okay? You just put it on the deck. This guy's hands are going to be shaking the next time he touches it. And this defense, well, their confidence has got to be sky high with that game-changing play.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks continue piling onto this lead.
Chiefs, nothing.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Just think of the pantheon he has joined. Only a select few have notched 3 sacks in a single Super Bowl, Kate. Headlined, of course, by the incomparable Reggie White. This is a player you just feel like who knew what was on the line tonight. And he is maximizing this opportunity.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. So the false start backs him up 5. Here comes 2nd and long. Back to throw, Mahomes. Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
You know, with some of these tight ends today, you could put 2 guys, heck, put 3 guys on them, and they still find a way to make those catches. With how they move at their size, they really are the ultimate matchup advantage.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Throw here, 3rd down. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack.
This defense could not make a bigger statement out of the gate with this game. Man, the lead up to a ball game, trash talk. Right things said in the paper, bulletin board material, whatever it is. This defense took something personal, Kate, and they are taking it out on this quarterback.
Matthew Hayball on to punt. And he's going to try to avoid having a second one blocked here. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. Third time they've called on him as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and taken just beyond midfield. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, it's pretty clear just watching this unfold. They want to find a way to get this player in space where he's most dangerous. Defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came off on that one.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Hauled in by Lockett, right side. And he gets back to the line, but no more. It's not made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one and kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Near the sideline at the 30, still going. And he is all the way ahead to the 13-yard line. A pickup there of 39. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks blowing them out now, 34-zip. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Brock. So they either got to find a way to keep him out, or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks grow their lead yet again.
Chiefs, nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff.
To kick off for Seattle.
Mejio with the return. Good work so far. He's got room. And he showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And this has turned into a blowout very early, Brock, but still plenty of time left if they can start to put things together here. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
So after the incompletion, still at that 40-yard line for 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's not going to escape. The Seahawks brought the pressure, and they got him. And they come through the sack to bring around third down.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together, everyone achieves more, and more is 10 sacks.
The Seahawks opting for a 5th DB nickel set for this third down play. Here's Mahomes. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. The defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Another punt coming. Matthew Hayball once again to do the honors. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Snap comes in slow, and they block it. And they'll take possession of the football.
Pretty easy for all of us to just simply focus on the block, but this is one of those situations where the problem, well, you could trace it back far earlier. Yes, the snap was accurate, came out clean, but it was too slow. There was not enough velocity, so that punter was left out there hanging dry, and he paid for it.
Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Darnold. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. 2nd and 10, Darnold. And he's got it, it's in close. That's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks threatening to run away with it already. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Seahawks tack on 7 more to their lead.
42, Chiefs nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff.
For Seattle.
He fields it from the 8. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. This would be a good time for their first points of the game as they find themselves down a notable amount already in this opening quarter. First call here coming from the shotgun. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
Offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He loses it again. And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And he's going to wind up in the red for this play back at the 8. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Still their football, but need to make some progress here, and this is 2nd and long. Mahomes. We've got a screen to the running back. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. 3rd and long for him here. Got to it right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Kansas City sends out its punt team. And he's had real difficulties getting kicks away in this one. He dodged the tackle. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. The Seahawks offense ready to get going once again. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On 1st down, they'll run. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Line up the design keeper. He'll scrape together a few yards, but not much. 3rd down coming up.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
They kick the running back in motion. Donald with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle. So Super Bowl 60, a quarter of the way done. A whole lot to nothing is our score. More from Santa Clara coming up. Enough waiting, we're back, and it's time to resume play here in Super Bowl 60 from Santa Clara. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Donald with a quick pass out wide. Nice run across the 15. And finally, they catch up to him at the 11.
To Tyler Lockett.
The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
And the Seahawks first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Another carry for him. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Trying to throw this from the gun. And he's going to have the Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks ballooning the first half lead even further. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Seahawks continue adding on to that lead.
49. Chiefs, nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Now we'll see the medical team head out. The Seahawks have an injured player. He's in some obvious pain there. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Here's Mahomes now. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. That's one he knows he should have had. And now they face 2nd and long.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Here's the one back on the handoff. Defense followed the ball perfectly on that zone read and close in on him for a loss. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, that is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something, an injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
3rd and long for Mahomes. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Out now is Hayball to handle the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Seahawks and this running back headed back out for a new series. There has been nothing that can stop them, so we got to assume this drive, Brock, likely going to end in a touchdown as well. Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Darnold looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Play fake. Darnold. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get 19 on that pickup. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Hand off to the back. His progress is soft, but a nice 5-yard gain before it was.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Back-to-back carries here. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks making this a laugher before halftime. Far from the first time we've broken down one of his touchdowns in this game, partner, but man, they seem to get more impressive every time.
And I don't care, Kate, if they're all 1-yard plungers, if you're up over 300 yards. A 4-touchdown game will forever live among your greatest career highlights. You can go several games without even scoring one. So to get 4 in one contest, you'll never, ever forget it.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
56. Chiefs, nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Remigio with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And he made his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They've jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Play action, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
This is one of those moments that I am just at a loss for words. We just saw a record-tying 12th sack in this ball game. And it really is on two sides of it. On one side of it offensively, well, this has been impossible to block these guys. But, Kate, I have got to celebrate what we're seeing defensively. Just the 6th team in the history of this game to notch 12 sacks in one ball game.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Excellent protection. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Hey, Kate, it's time to add some players and some names and a team to the all-time record list. It used to read 12 when it comes to sacks, accomplished 5 times. But you know what we just witnessed? We just witnessed the 13th sack of this game in NFL history. This group has lived behind the other side of the line all game long, and now they will live in their record books right now.
Here's Matthew Hayball on for the punt. And he's going to have to hit this one from the edge of his own end zone. And the fair catch brought in right at the 40. The Seahawks returning their offense and this running back to the field. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone. But the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Off to the races, middle of the field. There it is, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks continue dominating in our opening half.
Hey, Kate, there are good days, and then there are great days, and then there's just days, well, unlike any before. This guy is having one of those kind of games.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Chiefs, nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Mejio with the return. Jukes away from one. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
This is just incredible. I mean, this is like dreams come true kind of stuff. 5 sacks in 1 Super Bowl. And if I'm in charge of choosing somebody, I'm going to say he's also going to be the Super Bowl MVP.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. To the air, Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down.
All right, up to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long, and on this drive, yet again, find a way to...
They're out now, ready to punt it. Matthew Hayball to kick this away. And he gets it away from his end zone. And he'll haul in this punt. Fair catch made at the 45-yard line. The Seahawks back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Blown back, gets the handoff. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Now Darnold off the play action. Finds a man right side. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed, when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Darnold on 3rd down. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. He's got it inside the 25. Give him 32 on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
1st down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Throwing off the play fake. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. And it's 3rd down now.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
To the air on 3rd and long. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had. But not against this defense. Not on that one.
Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch. That yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
Offense.
So 3rd down becomes much tougher for him as 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and a much more difficult 6. Dumps it off to his running back. Play not developing as they had hoped, so that's a loss of yardage, Brock. 4th down coming up.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the 1st, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Their punter making his way out now. And they could really use a good one here. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Seahawks and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. To throw, here's Darnold. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. And creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Design quarterback run here. Fights his way through a tackle. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
All set to go now from the 35. Running this one left. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're set backwards on 1st down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Back to the line they come, second down. Darnold now to throw. Jump off, caught by his back. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core. Football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Darnold. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks running away with it in the second quarter.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Myers to add the PAT. He hits it true despite some issues with that snap. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
73. Chiefs, nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff.
For Seattle.
Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. A give now from the gun. They aren't getting anything here, Brock. They're actually going to lose some. Back to the 10. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
3rd and long for him here. Quick slant into the hands of Corley. And they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Slow snap, but he's able to get this one away. He fields it at his 43. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. First and 10 now from the 46. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
So 2nd and 5 on deck as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Super Bowl 60 and Santa Clara in just a moment. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Darnold to throw. All in left side. All the way, touchdown Seattle! The Seahawks boat racing them to the halftime locker room. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Seahawks 80, Chiefs nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Has this at the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Off play action. It's Mahomes. Wow, it's free again. And that should be Seahawks football.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
The Seahawks offense running out now. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. And look at where they start with the football now.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Caught just shy of the goal line. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Plowing up the middle. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Seahawks boat racing them to the halftime locker room. What do you say we set up a picnic chair in there for him, saving some time, partner? That is the 6th time that he's run one in this game. And that earns him a well-deserved piece in the record book alongside Alvin Kamara, whose single-game mark he's just tied. Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
87. Chiefs nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff.
For Seattle.
Returning it from the 4. And they get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line. The Chiefs taking over now, real late in this opening half. And with exactly 1 minute left to go, they've got some time, but they've got to work fairly quick. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw Mahomes. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. Well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. 3rd down, it's Mahomes. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Incomplete.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. Ooh, errant snap, but he gets what he can behind this one. Escapes a defender. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. The Seahawks are going to take over late in the half. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Hauled in by Lockett, right side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. So that is 2 quarters in the books here in Super Bowl 60 from Santa Clara. Now over to Scott Hansen with our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thank you, Scott. Great work there. We, on the other hand, didn't have a great first half. Here's hoping things get a little bit closer this time around as we get set for quarter number 3. Well, we all enjoyed that halftime show, right, Brock? These guys were strategizing how to win that Lombardi. We're back underway in the Super Bowl. Needed a little more to reach the landing zone, so give them the ball at the 40-yard line. And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Darnold. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Still at the 40 here, 2nd and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
1st down, Seattle.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Now put one of the tight ends in motion. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Legal block in the back. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Play fake, Darnold. Hits him on the out route. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get an even 10 on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Previous play is under review.
We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So even upon further investigation, that call's going to stand. A missed challenge for Andy Reid. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Now give left side. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal.
What a great sign to start the 2nd half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Throwing here, Darnold. Completed to his running back. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks grow the lead coming out of halftime. And the celebrations are underway once again. What a game for this dude, Brock. And that one right there gives him the record for most total touchdowns in one game.
Why am I picturing, as clearly as these celebrations in the end zone, the celebration of his fantasy owner somewhere around the globe, doing backflips like his teammates are right now.
Myers to add the PAT. Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff.
For Seattle.
Remigio with the return. Dodged the tackle. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And after one play of this drive, might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. And the type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. 2nd and 18 coming up. Blitz coming. Mahomes finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away. So he goes down. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face 4th down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
They'll send out the punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Oh, slow snap there. And it's blocked. Block grabbed inside the 5. And they will score. Trouble with the snap, and they're not just able to block it in time, but take it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. They got there, they blocked the kick, Brock, and then absolute chaos ensued.
Yeah, look at the mad. What a wild, frankly, what a fun play to watch. Well, at least for one team. The other side, that's a painful gap they'd rather soon forget.
Myers gets the point after the go, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Remigio with the return. Shoots away from one. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. First call here coming from the shotgun. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Here's the backup. First throw. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. It's a repeat of the last play. That's going to bring them to 3rd down.
This is just simply one of those once-in-a-lifetime performances defensively, Kate. He is playing like a champ, and now he has the NFL record for sacks in the Super Bowl before, while tying the unofficial record of the Steelers' great L.C. Greenwood. Well done, my friend.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Minshew working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
On now comes their punter. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Ooh, snaps a little off, but he adjusts and sends it away. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. The Seahawks returning their offense and this running back to the field. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
1st down, Seahawks.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Rolling on 1st. Here's Darnold. Escapes the defender. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense still line. This is 2nd and 4. Here's a design run. Still has some space inside the 35. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
They'll run here on 1st down. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. That's a nice quick correction for this front row. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
To throw, here's Darnold. Short pass brought in. And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the sticks.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now they send their back in motion right. Darnold with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It's a gain of 10. And the Seahawks 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Now Darnold off the play action. Hits his running back. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. And again, it's Darnold. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
All right, 2 yards to go here on 3rd down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. At the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the run will not work. He is stopped at the line. This is going to be 4th and short.
Like the final battle scene from a movie, Kate. Two sides charging each other, and they beat right at that line. And they didn't have to drive backward. All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. And they're able to convert despite that errant snap.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Mejio with the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And they're going to need to play for pride or for something to build on for next week, Brock, because this game seems out of reach, even though we've got a full quarter still to go. All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's 1st and 10. First play is a design run. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Now here he goes on the boot. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down at the 30, right near that line of gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. Seahawks swarming him, and down he goes. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Kansas City sends out its punt team. And he's had real difficulties getting kicks away in this one. Ooh, snap came in slow, but he got it away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Seahawk offense taking the field now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
1st down, Seahawks.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Going to the ground again on first. Good hit on the ground here. That's going to be a 9-yard pickup as it's second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. They give it to him again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Here's Darnold, 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Might be time to reach into the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. Out of the gun. Here's Darnold. He's got it downfield near the edge. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Bobo with the grab. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. From the gun, Darnold. And he'll score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks trying to end this before the final quarter. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Myers to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff.
For Seattle.
Remigio with the return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And they take the field feeling pretty beaten down with how this one's gone. Even if they're keeping their heads high, Brock, not a whole lot they've been able to do so far.
Yeah, in these moments, I think of golfers. Right in a tournament, they don't want to look at the scoreboard. They don't want to see how much they're down. They just want to take it shot by shot by shot. It's exactly what this offense has got to do.
1st and 10, Minshew. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there, and that brings up second down.
Incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Hate to say it, but it kind of feels like time, Brock. It might be time for this offense to get a little more one-dimensional because his ground game hasn't done anything. I mean, just look up at the scoreboard.
Or maybe the in-between is a little play action. I mean, everything they've done, unfortunately, has not worked. And that one, to go backwards.
Dumped off to his running back. And they have this one well contained. There's the stop for a loss now. 4th down coming up.
It'd be kind of fun, Kate, to be able to measure these coordinators' blood pressure or temperature. Because the 3rd down screen for negative yards, I promise you that coordinator's heated on the sidelines.
Punt team on the field. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Now we give on the counter. Past midfield to the 45. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. Well, he had a date with history, and now that football, and heck, maybe the jersey too, may have got a date with Canton and the Hall of Fame. That is a new single-game record for rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this credential. How about you, partner? This has been awesome, right at the intersection of luck and skill. The luck and the good fortune to get so many opportunities, but then that skill to deliver time after time after time.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And they get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to get caught up after a gain of maybe a yard, so they're going to be stuck with 2nd and 14.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here's Minshew. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
True story, Kate. After practice one time, the head coach in the NFL said, "I'm done with my fault. I'm done with my bad. No more of that tapping on your chest." That was an example of the quarterback delivering a perfect pass, and the receiver, do your...
And he's not going to escape. The Seahawks brought the pressure, and they got him. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
I know I'm nitpicking a little bit here, Kate, but if they could have held off just another second before making contact, they may have driven this QB right into the end zone, and we know what that would have meant. Well, 2 points and the defense ignited.
So out now comes the punter. And he'll try to hit this one well. He gets it out of there, and this has some distance. Fair catch called for and made a little shy of midfield. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. And their offense has been playing at an extremely high level as this has become a runaway quickly. They've scored each of their last 2 times out. First and 10 now from the 46. Play fake, Darnold. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
You got to pump this out.
And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
The Chiefs adding a man to their secondary for this 3rd down. Hard to believe, but just 1 quarter left in our season. We're through 3 in Super Bowl 60. It's the Seahawks in front as they sense a 2nd title is within their reach. Third down, and they need to get 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Throwing is Darnold on 3rd down. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
New set of downs for him from the 31. First and 10. Darnold splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running it now out of the gun. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Empty backfield now. Running back motions out left. Shotgun now on third down. That's Lockett. He brings it in. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
I think one of my first welcome to the NFL moments, Kate, was my first rookie mini camp. And in the West Coast system, and Mike Holmgren, who taught like Bill Walsh, it wasn't just getting a completion. It was putting it right on the spot so the receiver could do damage like we just saw.
He's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. Give him 6 yards. Boy, a great spot. Second and goal at the 2.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here's another for him. And he will not score. The defense gets him just before he can punch it in. Just a yard that time. They needed more, and now it's third and goal.
Well, Kate, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
And they're going to say he was short. They held him out, Brock, and now we're going to have to wait and see what they decide to do here on 4th and goal. They weren't particularly interested in disguising that call, Brock. The defense knew it was coming, and they make the stop.
Yeah, even against a prepared defense, you still expect to at least get a yard, get that surge, get that push. We've been so used to seeing it. That's a real tip of the cap to the defense to get that stop.
They'll run it up the gut, and he gets in. Touchdown! The Seahawks continue adding to an insurmountable lead. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff.
To kick off for Seattle.
Here's a return from the 7. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. The Chiefs offense out to take over. The opportunity to win this game is, well, it's long gone, Brock. They're down to their last opportunities now to avoid the shutout as well. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Running back gets it on the draw. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
I know these D-ends love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Minshew. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively. But listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
This is a tough spot to punt. Got to convert here on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's going for it himself. And to the ground he goes, sliding to a stop well short here. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
And believe it or not, Brock, that's a new NFL record as he gets his 17th punt away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Seahawks back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. First and 10 now from the 46. Here's the lone back on the handoff. He scrapes together a yard at most. It's 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Seahawks.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Finds Bobo. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run. Winning their full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1. And now they're left with 3rd and 7. Well, listen to this crowd. They just showed it up on the big board, Brock. He is now the single-game rushing yards record holder.
This is pretty cool, Kate. I was there in person when this record was broken the first time many, many years ago. Sean Alexander in a monsoon. To see it then and now get to call it right here next to you in the booth, pretty special stuff.
So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that 1st down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. This from 40 on the right hash. Myers' kick is good. And despite that bad snap, they're able to tack on 3.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Remigio with the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And if we're being honest, Brock, this game already over. It was a while ago, but still something for this offense to play for. They can try to avoid that shutout.
Yeah, it's kind of like a game, like baseball, right? You're looking up at that scoreboard and you know it's impossible, but find some momentum, something good to build on for next week.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. And that throw intended for Malachi Corley. And now it's second down.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Minshew working from the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Finds him over the middle. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punting unit out now. Matthew Hayball to kick this away. Takes this in at the 25. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Seahawks and Tyler Lockett readying for a new series on offense. And last drive left them in a little bit of limbo, Brock. They were happy to leave with points, obviously, but not happy that they had to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Coaches love to say on offense, let every drive end in a kick. The bronze medal's a punt, silver medal's a field goal, and now they're going to be striving for that PAT, the gold medal.
Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short on the 35.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Darnold looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st down.
First and 10 from the 43. Dive play straight ahead. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They get 23 on that one. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st.
1st down, Seahawks.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Completed to his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Line up the design keeper. And he dodged the tackle. And he gets this forward to the 19. And they're whistling for a stop. It looks like that's one of the Chiefs in some pretty clear discomfort and in need of some assistance. To the line and set. Here we go. 1st down. A give now from the gun. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Travis Homer as the ball carrier. Tackle made at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 35 to figure out.
Brings up 3rd down.
Darnold now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. He's got to drive this 37 yards down the middle. Myers' kick is good. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff.
For Seattle.
Mejio with the return. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10. Starting this drive with a design run. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Minshew setting up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Here's a nickel look by the Seahawks. 3rd down. Out of the gun, Minshew. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
They'll bring out the punter here. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Chiefs just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. Their punter making his way out now. And he's going to have to hit this one from the edge of his own end zone. Slow snap, but he's able to get this one away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And they can really do whatever they want at this point, Brock. They have earned the chance to close this game out however they'd like. Such an impressive showing here. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Here's the handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
1st down, Seattle.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
And in their first appearance in over a decade, Brock, I know we're both excited about this one. The Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl champions for a 2nd time. Well, partner, I think I speak for everybody when I say really not the type of game that we were anticipating. You expected it to be a fight to the end. Instead, we got the biggest win in Super Bowl history. And after this, they truly stand without equal in the National Football League.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to look at this, right? You can look at it 2 ways. It was a blowout. It wasn't competitive. But you can also marvel at the excellence. I mean, this century, we've seen Super Bowls. We don't see games like this.
Yeah.
We don't see blowouts. They're almost all competitive. But what a statement they made tonight as one of the greatest Super Bowl winners ever.
So for our entire crew here at EA Sports, for my partner Brock Heward and myself, that's going to do it on another fantastic NFL season. We cannot wait to catch you all again in the fall. I'm Kate Scott. Wherever and however you've been watching, please get home safe tonight, everybody. Good night from Santa Clara.